Hi guys, welcome to the new video. And today I'm thinking to discuss about AWS DevOps because nowadays in many companies they are using cloud platform as a DevOps tool. So they are using AWS services or Azure services to do the DevOps, to automate the development and operation task. So basically, we should also know how to work on AWS DevOps or Azure DevOps, so cloud services. And also, they are expecting like the basics are same, just that which service is used for what purpose that we should know. So today I want to discuss all that about. So in AWS DevOps, mainly AWS code commit, AWS code pipeline, AWS code deploy, and AWS code build. These are the services which are used for managing the CI/CD, uh, uh, like managing this automation of development, process of development and operations. So first is we'll start with AWS code commit. So this works like a source code management, like GitHub, where people like many user can use this. They can edit the code and everything, like, and they can maintain the versions simultaneously. Many users can work. So AWS code commit is used for that. Then AWS code pipeline is our pipeline, like Jenkins. It is used for automating the CI/CD pipelines. Then AWS code build, it's like a build tool, like example Maven tool. So it is helpful in building the images or build artifacts and storing it into build artifacts are stored into S3 buckets, and images are pushed into ECR, okay, registry. And then AWS code deploy, it's a service for deploying our applications or images or artifacts into the into the services. Like we can even choose EC2 or EKS or ECS, anything. So nowadays in interview they'll ask that what are you doing in your day to day task, what you do. So you can say, like, now basically fewer people use AWS code commit, but yeah, if your company is using AWS code commit, or if it is using any other GitHub or any other source code management tool, you can mention that we first fetch the code from that SCM. For that, the basic thing, the most important thing is we have to take permissions. And in AWS, everything works on permissions, and that is called IAM, AWS IAM, Identity Access Management. So basically, everything that is working on AWS, we have to grant permissions and everything. So for that we have to take permissions, and from there only we can fetch the code or things. uh, then after fetching the code, what we go in Jenkins also, like cross check, like how the things work here, and also in Jenkins same thing works. After fetching, we start building. So here in building in AWS, we use code build, AWS code build, where we'll build the code. And in this, there we have a YAML file here also, which is called buildspec.yaml file, where we'll write the YAML, where we'll tell that in this phase, in build phase, or in post build phase, where we have to push the artifact, everything. So it's like a YAML file, and in YAML file we have the like install phase, what commands we'll run in build phase, and as I said, post build phase. Then after this, we have built the artifact or our image. We'll push it into respective S3 or ECR. And then if we are using AWS code deploy for deploying our application, there we have what we used to do in Jenkins, we had a agent, right, to deploy into Tomcat servers. Here also we need an agent to deploy it into our whatever services. Like if you want it as EC2 or EKS, we need a agent for that. So basically, and there is also a YAML file over here which is called appspec.yaml file, which is used there. Here also we'll define that after application, or like what after install and after when application will start, what should be done. So we will define it in this YAML file, and we'll push the images, or to make the application run we will need a agent to run. So this is basically the flow. So most important thing that in company in interview it is asked that what all issues you might have faced, because it is not like that you will not never have faced any issue or error while creating the pipeline or while deploying it. So they'll ask it about. So you can tell that first of all, the most errors that I have seen is when you are building an image from a Docker file, people generally use don't mention the user, and the flow is working as a root user, which is not good. And your credentials should be saved in a there is a service in AWS called secret manager, AWS secret manager. Everything should be saved there. Okay. Second thing is that people use outdated or not official images, or they use like some the images which are very heavy. You should always use alpine images. So there is a breaking of this pipeline, and always the major issue that comes is out of permissions. Maybe some permissions or something are missing, and it's not able to pick up fetch the code. And also the best practice is that for every feature branch or every branch there should be a separate pipeline. Not same pipeline can be used for master and everything. Okay. And then we can use Amazon SNS service to send the notification, like to send them email or notification. We use this service. And then there are few while code deployment, while we are doing code deploy using AWS code deploy, what issues? Basically there is a agent installation issue. So if agent is missing or anything, there will be errors. So yeah, these errors you can tell, or if any error you guys have seen, you can please comment it down. And also in AWS, we have AWS Ops work. This service is similar like Ansible. So it can be used as a configuration management service. It helps in maintaining the configuration in all the servers like same. So it helps in maintaining the consistency. So there is this service AWS Ops work. Then we have AWS X-ray, where AWS X-ray provides end-to-end tracing for application. So it collects data about requests flowing through the system, helping team identify the bottleneck, performance issue, and errors in distributed application. And then we have, like, in monitoring they'll ask what you use. You can say AWS CloudWatch, and AWS CloudWatch. And then we have AWS Lambda, where we can trigger whatever function we want to trigger. If any alert is there, if anything is, you see any unexpected issue you see, then we can trigger it using AWS Lambda. And yeah, we have AWS Cloud Trail for monitoring it. It collects the any data event or API event it collects. Okay, and we have AWS cloud formation, which is like Terraform. So it is called infrastructure as a code service. So this we can use for building the resources just like Terraform, and it is in JSON format, and we create stacks, and these stacks can be reused for creating multiple resources. So yeah, this is just the basic of AWS DevOps, which you should know. And I'm thinking that we'll bring parts also. It's not like the videos that I've made earlier. It's just that those I'm trying to research more questions, and I'm trying to bring parts of every tools. And yeah, I think for AWS DevOps, this much like the start is useful, because nowadays in interview people also ask about it, like the cloud DevOps. So I have a knowledge about AWS DevOps. I'll surely try to bring the Azure DevOps things too. So yeah, stay tuned, and please comment down whatever you feel like. So yeah, bye bye.